Recently, I posted a short about mohawks. I got a lot of interaction from that short. One of the things I mentioned was how some punks would use wood glue or gelatin in their hair to get those sky-high mohawks or even Liberty spikes. I had a lot of engagement and people made some other suggestions. Some people said Aquanet would do just fine on its own. Many people suggested a raw egg or just egg whites or even mixing Aquanet and egg whites. Always very specifically Aquanet. Not surprised. So today I'm going to put that to the test. I've got my model here. She has reasonably long hair that would probably be too long in order for hairspray alone to hold a shape. But we're going to try it. And we're going to try to hold them in place with Aquanet. And some egg whites. And some gelatin. And some wood glue. And maybe some modern products too, like the ever popular Got to Be Glued and Gorilla Snot. And I'm just going to do 6 different spikes so we can compare them all and see which ill-advised styling product reigns champion. Let's see if we can get Aquanet to hold a Liberty spike for us. I've got a comb, I've got my blow dryer. Let's see what we can do. Now, in order to try to get this to stay, we're going to go super heavy, definitely spraying too close. That's about all the time I'm willing to devote to the Aquanet. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. We'll see. We'll see how that does. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to try some other stuff. Like our egg whites. Let's put the egg whites right here. Okay, getting hairspray on your hands is one thing. Some gloves for the egg whites. Yeah, I know it's not very punk of me to use a color brush. Don't come at me. I mean, in a way, egg whites really make sense. If you're a messy cook, then you already know how sticky dried raw egg is. And one of the things really not mentioned is how they got this product out of their hair. Now, with one guy in particular that I knew that used wood glue, he said acetone. He would wash his hair with acetone first. It's nail polish remover. I imagine you'd have to be careful. You definitely want to blow dry it, but if it gets too hot, you're going to have scrambled eggs in your hair. And since egg whites and Aquanet were mentioned as being used together, maybe this is what they meant. The thought of this surviving a night of slam dancing, though, outlook not looking too good for egg whites. For our next victim, let's do gelatin. And unless you're looking to have ants have a picnic on your head, get on flavored gelatin. Oh, ratios, you ask? That's not very punk. Make it thick. Still liquidy, but that's going to be thick. Just like the rest, let's take care of these bases. Ew, this is already looking gross. It's like already cooling down and turning to gelatin. Oh. Oh, that gelatin is already looking like a winner. It's not even a very good spike. Yeah, even as this gelatin cools down, this brush is toast. All right. Oh, egg whites, you're letting me down. How much wood glue does one need? Say goodbye to this comb. Oh, maybe I should use water. This is bad. Oh, so bad. This is, ugh. Oh, this is a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. So we have straight Aquanet, egg whites with an Aquanet chaser, gelatin. Hey, I see you, gelatin. And wood glue. Let's try something a little more modern. Let's do some gorilla snot. Mocha de gorilla. Not gorilla glue. Because by now we should all know how that turns out. So what do you think? Vintage hair hacks versus modern products? Aquanet. Not necessarily impressed. Does it stand up to the slam dance test? It kind of wants to fall apart. I bet if you flat ironed it, that might help stay. If this were in your mohawk before flat irons were invented, you could do it on the ironing board. It might help. Egg white. Definitely wouldn't iron this one. If I were doing this on a mohawk, you might lay down on your side, put your mohawk on the table, and just sit there until it dried completely. Listen for the crunch test. Pretty flexible, but as long as you get lots of support at the roots and you manage not to get it too hot, I could see egg white working. Over here, we've got to be glued. Pretty stiff. This one I could definitely flat iron. It's staying a little bit better than these two. Maybe a few more layers and some flat ironing. This is the gorilla snot over here. Pretty crunchy. Would definitely have to paint a few more layers on. Now, here's the gelatin. Blub, 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 blub. Oh, wait. Ooh, I don't know if that was satisfying or disgusting. And of course, the wood glue. Now, the wood glue positively looks disgusting. If you want an actual hard hat on your head, and you don't mind seeing a medical professional to get it removed, this is unhinged. The gelatin, though, is not only is it flexible, but it kind of bounces back. It's like airbags for your Liberty spikes. Honestly, if I were a punk before any of these other stuff was invented, gelatin for the win. Now follow if you want to see the shampoo aftermath.